up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review Season 5, Episode 4 of Greenleaf. And yes, I almost forgot the name of the show. You see, I did that whole because I was thinking of the name that it was spinning up in my head like, what's the name of the show? Greenleaf, because I got a lot going on, y'all. So much going on. I'm a father. I got a full-time job. I have other projects I'm working on. So I'd brother be tired. I was supposed to have this video up last week because normally I watch the show and I review it, record the review right after I watch it, and then I upload it. I fell asleep right after I watched the show. But here it is, better late than never. And shout outs to my lovely Greenleafers, my fellow Greenleafers. Simply Be Yourself 100, Miss Always Blessed, Randall Brown, Miss Tasha, Tia Divine, Quiet Storm, R.C. Kroger, A. Henderson, Penny, June BLC, and all the rest of you who have been supporting. Welcome, 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 my new subscribers. I'll shout you out by name when I go look and see who you are. Thank you, thank you. Let's come on in, sit down. Let's enjoy this review together, and let's kick it off with Grace, AJ, and Noah. All right, as we know, AJ's coming home from the hospital, but AJ want to go live with his daddy, y'all. He said, I'm going to go live with my daddy. He don't want to be bothered with Grace because he don't want Grace to keep bringing up his situation. And sadly, we know his situation is that he has HIV, and it was because of what happened when he was in prison. And so he doesn't, like he said when he was in the hospital, I'm going to tell you this one time, and I ain't going to talk about it no more because I don't talk about it no more. But of course, like a mother, she's going to talk about it. Of course, anybody who with compassion is going to bring it up. Anybody. So he doesn't want her to talk about that. He doesn't want to discuss that. He's decided he's going to go live with Noah. I don't know. I'm like, really? But I get it. And at the same time, I get a little annoyed with AJ. At the same time, but I understand it. So anyway, as they're in the house, he's going to get his things. Grace decides to say to Noah, she says, Noah, make sure here's his doctor, make sure he gets his med. And AJ walking up the stairs, he stopped, he heard that, he turned around, he said, see, this is why I don't want to stay here, because I told you I didn't want to speak on this anymore. Why don't you just shut up about it? Or something like that. That pissed me off. Now listen, AJ, brother, I get it. You got a situation going on. What you not gonna do is disrespect your mother. Just shut up about it. Who are you talking to like that, son? Noah should have been like, yo, what is that? What's that about? Shut up about it. Nah, I didn't like that. I ain't like that. Respect your mother. Respect your father too. Respect all that. That wouldn't have flew in my house. Nah, who you talking? You talking to your mother like that? Yeah, I know we abandoned you and all that, and you're feeling the pain of that, but we here now, and you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. But I understand at the same time, but I was still a little annoyed with him. But also in that scene that was funny, I did like how Lady May came down the stairs, and she saw Noah, and she's like, oh, Noah, you want to go get some tea? She really likes Noah. That's funny. But anyway, Grace and AJ did kind of reconcile a little bit. They had a nice little conversation later on in the episode, and I thought that was good. And the door is always open for him to come back to the home, and he's going to go stay with Noah. Hopefully that all works out for him. Now, let's move on down to the lovely Lady May, Jacob, and the Bishop. As you know, Jacob went to see Tara, who is Rochelle's sister, and that whole family feels that the Greenleafs had their dad Daryl murdered in that fire and all that, killed in that fire. So Bishop is pissed, and so is Lady May, because they're like, Jacob, why would you do that? You just opened the can of worms. Bad enough we done lost this church. Now we about to lose this house because you decide you want to go down there and take a trip and put this. And I didn't think of it that way when he went down there, but I'm like, dang, they got a point. He done went over to Tara and told her all this stuff. You done gave this woman ammunition. They already think we killed their father, and now you're going to tell them that the house really possibly was supposed to be originally left to their dad? what are you doing? So she was pissed off. She's like, I can't even see you right now. But what really pissed her off even more was when he explained why he had to do that is because good old Carissa, um, she was blackmailing him. And Lady May hit the roof like, wait a minute. This is all because of that no good. You know what? Where's she at? She's up in the place where we're paying for. So Lady May was like, I gotta go pay a visit. So Lady May goes to see Carissa, and she's like, is my grandson in here? Basically, she's like, I want to make sure, because I'm about to cuss you out. So let me make sure my grandson ain't up in here. So she goes and, Carissa had the nerve. I don't have time for this right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. You are not in your own house. I don't get these people with these attitudes and they living off somebody else. I don't get it. You don't talk to me like that in my house. So anyway, Lady May told her, get out. Get out. Get the step in. Get out. You causing all this friction. And for what? Because you want a couple of $100 in a divorce? But then Carissa was like, well, did he tell you everything? And she was like, I didn't want the divorce. But what had happened was I cheated and he won't forgive me like the countless times I forgave him when he was cheating with, and she started listing people, and one of them was the cook and the this and the that and the that. And I said, Dad, Jacob, because see, I wasn't watching the first like 2 seasons of it. I didn't know he was slipping and sliding like that. I said, Jacob, you was playing around too. So she's like, wow, he did all that, but he won't forgive Carissa. And see, I thought that the feeling was mutual. I thought Carissa didn't want to be with him anymore either, because that's what I thought. I didn't realize she was doing this. She was trying to scare him with this whole thing of, you see this right here? I'll bring it. She was trying to scare him into staying with her, but it didn't work. It made him go on down there and open a can of worms. And so Lady May is like, wow, I didn't know all of that. So as the bishop and the lawyer are having a conversation, he's saying, well, this will still stands, but you never know. She might, it might open some worms. We got to see. So the bishop says, well, I think the best thing is maybe I'll go down there and have a talk. So he moseys on down to, I wrote the name of that place down, New Revelations Memphis Mission, and saw Tara, and he gave his side of the story, and he mentioned that he had nothing to do with her father being called down there, that he didn't make the call, that Mac made the call, and he wants to put this whole thing behind them. And it was going good, and she said something, and I knew she was lying when she was like, well, riches don't really impress me. So when she found out that that house was supposed to belong to her daddy, she was like, cha-ching. But she played that whole, I ain't worried about riches, no. So she did that whole kumbaya, we gonna make it right. So the bishop was happy with all of that. Meanwhile, back at the house, Lady May tears into Jacob because she's like, Jacob, you need to go and forgive this woman after you done slept with all these people, and now you mad with her because she cheated one time. But he's like, but mom, did she tell you what she did? I thought he was gonna say, did she tell you about the chlamydia? But he didn't say that. She's like, go in there and forgive her. And I was cracking up because I said, one thing, they don't talk back to their mother. She was talking to him like he was 10 years old. You go in there and you forgive her right now. Lady May, mind your business. That's not your marriage. I get what you're saying, and you're right, but you should mind your business. That's his marriage. That's his marriage. But she told him, you get in there and you forgive him. Forgive her. He went in there and he couldn't bring himself to forgive Carissa. He couldn't. That's wrong. That's hypocritical on his side, especially since he was dibbling dabbling. But I guess he's like, yeah, I cheated, but I didn't bring home chlamydia. Petty stuff like that. That's probably what he's doing. And maybe he just doesn't love Carissa. Maybe he doesn't love her. And because he couldn't bring himself to forgive her, and he told his mother, nah, I can't forgive her. I'm not doing this. And the fact that you're taking her side over me, and she was like, yeah, I'm taking her side over you, and it's hard for me to believe, but I am. So I thought all that, such a good show. That was all so good. Really good. And it was so funny. It was, and I like that part when Lady Mae, when she said, "Well, did he tell you such and such?" She said, "Well, if you don't tell me, you could tell him that I threw you out," and that's what made her tell Lady Mae her business. So let's move on down to Charity Case, Phil, and Judy. Charity Case. This is the final Sunday. I still don't understand why they got to tear that beautiful church down and go to the gym and all this other stupidness. I thought they were just going to keep that church, but this is the final Sunday coming up, so they're talking about what they want to do, and Charity wants to have this song. They agreed to a song, but then she said, "I was thinking we could do like this tribute to the church, the old church, and like a farewell thing." And Judy was like, "No, we could show clips of the new building." And they got into a riff, and of course Phil tucked his tail, and he agrees with Judy because that's his wife, and that's his soon-to-be wife, and that's Whitmore's daughter, and he's just a sucker for them, and they had this nasty back and forth, and Charity was like, it would be good to have these, just have good memories. We got to remember. And Judy threw dagger. She was like, "What good memories? Your daddy doing XYZ? Your uncle touching little girls? Did he touch them in this room?" I was like, "Ooh, that hurt." See, Judy, I would have punched you in your mouth for that. You didn't have to go so. Why you had to go so low? Just say you don't agree with it. But to throw those daggers, it was just disrespectful. And Grace was listening. Grace overheard all of this stuff. And Charity was holding her own in that argument, but it was still humiliating and whatever have you. And then Grace pulls Charity to the side and she says, "Listen, Charity, they made it. Look how they played you. This is what you want." She's like, "But I'm AP. Daddy never made me AP." "Yeah, but look at what you're dealing with." She said, "But listen, I got some information. I need you to tell me who is Whitmore's mom. I'm not Whitmore. Who is Phil's mama? Because there's some connection between Phil's mama and that place that they mentioned earlier. That because Dorian had found some information. There's some connection, and we got to figure out what the ties are. And that could really put a kibosh on this whole thing and stop Harmony and Hope, this Harmony and Hope project, from taking over this church and stop the destruction of this church." And she was like, and then she finally mentioned, she said, "Well, his mother's dead, but he does have his father." They said, "We was looking for his father, we can't find him." They said, "That's because he goes by the name of Yusef Shabazz." So then Grace calls Yusef Shabazz, and I like this scene. She called him, and Yusef, she's just hitting a brick wall. Everything she said, he's like, "You turned me off." She said that she was a former pastor. That's strike one. Then she said, "Oh, because your wife." He said, strike two, that's my ex-wife, and she dead. Then she mentioned, "And your son Phil." Strike three, you out. He hung the phone up. I was like, "Dag." But I think Mr. Shabazz is going to come around. He's just being stubborn right now. He's going to come around. He's going to pick up that phone and call her back. Or she might call him back. Because there's some information. I want to know what it is, y'all. I really want to know what it is. So, back to Charity Case. Poor Charity Case is not satisfied with being shot down like that. So, she goes to Connie with her idea about the thing. Connie was like, "Terrible, I agree with them." "Absolutely not. Awful idea." Just very dismissive. And I was like, damn. But we know how Connie is. So now Judy confronts Charity and was like, "Did you go to Connie after we already discussed that we not doing this thing?" And I don't like that, because we discuss something and you go somewhere else and do whatever, you're fired. So she fired Charity. Charity's like, "You can't fire me." She was like, "Oh yes I can. I got the power up in here. My daddy is Whitmore and I'm about to be the first lady." And so she's like, "I got more. The only one got more power up in here is God." And I was like, yeah, she's cocky. She need to be punching her mouth. So then Charity goes to Phil. He's just a waste of time. And I like the conversation they had, and then she told him, she said, oh, how I wish you were the man that I fell in love with. He's so spineless and weak and all this other stuff. And I'm saying, but you fell in love with him too fast. You ain't know the dude anyway. You didn't know him. But she said something that kind of stuck with him. She told him, she said, but when Tuesday come around, and if this place is even still, if this whole deal is still on, like, and it probably won't after Tuesday, that triggered him. He was like, she said that with a lot of confidence. She said, you can't fire me because I quit, and I'm going to sue y'all if you still standing. So now that bothered Phil, so Phil went to Judy, and he's telling Judy it was something about how she said that. He was like, I really think, she said it like she really knew something, or like she really had something. And like something's going on. And so this scene I thought was kind of funny because, Judy, you might have all the power in the church. You ain't got no power in your house. You can't get no nookie. She going down there trying to have some fun with Phil. Phil was like, now, we don't turn that down. Phil was like, no. And she was like, what is it? What is it? Is it because I'm still married? Blah, blah, blah. He was like, blah. She tried again. I said, no. I said, wow, what's that about? I thought he'd do anything for Judy. Judy got mad, stormed up those stairs. I was like, dang. Okay, I thought that was a funny scene. But, he's miserable. Should have stayed with Chocolate Charity, man. Charity fine. You want to go with Judy, and then you won't let Judy give up. All right, so I'm crazy, I know. So that leads us to, I think we've covered everything. Yeah, we covered everything. Now we're back at the lovely Greenleaf home. The pastor, bishop, he's all happy. The family's around the table, just do-si-do, just happy they're about to have a good old time. And he's just feeling good. He's in a great mood. The phone rings. And who is it? It's Tara. And he's like, that was Tara. She wants to have a conversation with me. She wants to discuss the house. She wants to talk. Oh, I thought she said she wasn't into riches and all that stuff. I knew it. I said, look at that. So that's where the episode ended right there. So it's getting really good. I cannot wait till next week. Well, actually, by the time this video's up, I can't wait till Tuesday to see it because it's going to be good. It's going to be good. What did you guys think of the episode? What is the secret with Phil's mama and Whitmore? Yeah, I want to know what that's about. And Tara, you want to move in the house, or you want part of the house? You want money? What? We don't know. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to have a few more videos. I ain't going to say that because I'm going to say it and then I don't care. Just be on the lookout for some more stuff. I ain't going to say what it is because I don't want to say it and then it don't pop up for another 2 weeks or so. So let me just say, be on the lookout. I will see you in the next video, and you all be blessed.